Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 2 versus 2 on Forgotten Isles. Very left side as the Tyranids, we've got Lord Inquisitor, we've got Blast Furnace playing as the Chaos Space Marines, whereas on the right side playing as the Eldar, we've got Topper, and we've got Catgirl playing as the Tau Empire. Now this does have to be one of my favourite 2-player versus 2-player maps, considering the positioning of these players at the beginning of the game. We've got the Tau Empire on the far right-hand side, and the Chaos Space Marines on the far left-hand side. And, you know, they've got ample room to expand. They've got plenty of time to build their economy. No one's going to be invading their positions anytime soon unless anything untoward happens. Whereas the main focus is going to be on the Tyranids and the Eldar in the early game, since they will be bearing the main brunt of any kind of frontal assaults going on. And, to be fair, the Tyranids and the Eldar aren't exactly the most defensible of factions. They like to be on the aggression, and so maybe we'll be seeing quite a scrappy early game, especially when fighting over these relics and critical locations over in the middle bit here. We are seeing something being deep stricken here. I do believe it is. Yes, it is some Raptors. So Blast Furnace is going to throw some Raptors in here just to assist the Tyranids in taking on the Eldar in the early game. And we are all seeing some webway gates for jet bikes. But 2 webway gates just to get double jet bikes on as quickly as humanly possible. That's interesting. 80 blue and 40 green. Quite the serious investment this early on, but I suppose they are quite fast and nimble, and they do a fair bit of melee, not melee damage, range damage. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Like a second squad of Raptors coming in. So never mind me, Blast Furnace, he's not going to focus on building up his economy. They're just going to see if they can strike down the Eldar as quickly as humanly possible, while the Tyranids go about their wicked and foul business, building up the Raveners, which can tunnel straight into the Eldar base and cause them all sorts of badness and sadness. But 2 squads of jet bikes will take a while to cut down these Raptors, as the Raptors in Ultimate Apocalypse 2 have a lot more health than their vanilla and unification counterparts. And I don't think they'll be catching up to these jet bikes anytime soon. So that's the thing. We do have some Tau people coming down over here, some breaches, to be ideal at blasting these Raveners around if they can keep them back and stuff, as well as a XV-22 commander. But, I mean, that's a lot of Tyranids. That's a lot of squiggly boys manoeuvring around. Raptors have been brought down to... Is it just one squad? Is that one squad wiped so far? Does look like it. Which is not too bad. Actually, that's that. Right, okay, so Topper's decided, right, we're just going to go for jet bikes. Forever and ever, amen. Do you have a jumping ability, though? No, you don't. So the Raptors are going to completely ignore these guys. Oh, no, the second squad of Raptors. They're still alive. They're just manoeuvring around and going to cause the Tau some problems. So never mind me. Everything I said in the early game about the far-flung players being quite safe, just ignore everything I said there. It just goes to show that you make a prediction and they do the exact opposite. These pesky players that they are. And the breaches are struggling against these Raveners. There's 2 squads of them trying to blast them back with their shotguns. There's too many of them, gosh darn it, and they're too swift and nimble as well. 1 squad of Raveners that is a bit low on the health department. And the jet bikes are trying to keep up with these. Do quite like it. A game of cat and mouse. Game of Tom and Jerry. Of the Vectoid Broodlord slinking his way over on the northern side. The Storm Guardian's not wanting to hustle with that muscle. And 1 plasma generator about to go down. Wonderful bit of harassment from the Raptors here. Breaches just trying to ignore these Raveners as best they can. And the moment these jet bikes come back round over here, I imagine these Raptors will just jump straight away out of reach. 2 webways, 2 plasma generators down already. That is a major loss for the Eldar this early on in the game. Well, the Raptors being shot down. Soon to get 2 squad wipes on them. I say definitely. Yeah, definitely 1 Raptor squad has died this time. Not being perplexed or confused by any shenanigans there. Plenty of shooter bits on these listing shrines should help these guys defend stuff. There we go. I mean, they've defended, but they've lost a lot. Chaos now decapping and recapping these strategic points, as well as... Oh no, the Eldar have got this listing shrine over here. But Chaos managing to snag the relic on the top side, and also denying these bits and bobs down over here as well. So map control firmly on the side of the left-hand team. Of course, we'll go down pretty quickly there to the jet backfire. But Toy Bruno, look at the size of him in comparison to everyone else. Just a tall, hulking boy. But no match against the jet bikes. Bringing down some green, noxious fumes But the jet bikes seem to be alright with it. We've got no morale to break. Victoria thinking about snagging that Singer, but deciding against it. Surely those jetbikes will continue to chase him down until his dying days. Breachers still alive. They're capping that relic. Will be able to ignore these cultists. Cultists attempt to go for that decap. They should be able to shoot them up quite quickly. Oh no, never mind. They're going to just ignore them. Or ignore the relic and shoot these guys down. Quick sharpish. For then, I assume, continuing to capture that relic over there. So yeah, like I say, definitely in the favour of the left-hand side team for now. But depending on how these jetbikes are used, might be able to turn that tide just a smidgen. We have the listening post over here with plenty of tainted tank traps around it in case anyone tries to smash it up in close combat. Here come the jetbikes. Raveners will not be doing naught against these, as they cannot tie them up in close combat. Well, there's a poor, unfortunate soul. That was Burnsinger. That was a Burnsinger. No, never mind me. That was cultists. They're fighting something. Or was that just their tunneling animation? Possibly. Maybe. Raveners now sprinting away from the jet bikes, but here come the lictors, maneuvering through the dust, keeping on top of them, making sure those jet bikes don't stay too stationary. Right, let's watch it from the Tyranid perspective so we're actually able to see them cutting through their armour quite nicely. Got to keep that micro on top of those jet bikes. As you saw a little bit of surround going on down there, preventing them from moving around. Attempting to focus fire on these guys, but don't quite have the DPS to break through all this stuff. Not when there's lictors adding their scything talons to the ranks. The Tower Commander down over here, making slow work on the Spore Chimney. Moving in close to get that flame on the go as well. Just look at the speed of that lictor, jumping straight in, kicking that commander square in the chops, and forcing him to depart. Oh, never mind, he just did one shot, one kill. There we go. Well, that's one way to do it. How much health does Lictor have? 600, right, so use his Fusion Blast, or whatever that ability is called, to break him down, although that's got quite a long cooldown ability. Ah, no one ever expects a second Lictor. No one ever expects a second Lictor at all. And that Tower Commander doesn't want to mess with that. You have the Havoc Marines with their Sparring Champion in that. It looks like they're being healed by something. Or maybe they're just being healed by, you know, just murdering people. Maybe that's where they get their kicks from. Only 2 jetbikes left. Very low in health as well. Been relegated to just mild harassment on the flanks. But then the Barracudas come in, and the Tyranids at the moment have got no ranged play on the go. So it's all up to the Chaos Space Marines with their Havocs to take care of the Barracuda. Lictor being shot down pretty quickly, as the Havoc Marines open fire onto that Barracuda. Will reposition itself pretty swiftly though. Swooping Hawks now in tier 2 for the Eldar, I do believe. Yes, you're in tier 2. Also gone for some Howling Banshees as well, nice to see. Deep striking some sniper drones in there with the Orca transport. So I mean, that's one thing that the Tau can do, even if they are quite behind enemy lines, or their own lines should I say. They'll be able to consistently drop pod in some assistance. Jet bikes you've taken down, or you haven't taken down this yet, but you're just being a nuisance. Comes the Chaos Rhino. Are you Pat to the Boomer Boys? You are indeed Pat to the Boomer Boys. Double Havocs up against double Swooping Hawks. Also got the Sniper drones in there as well. And the Rhino won't survive against Swooping Hawks, but Swooping Hawks won't do much damage against the actual Havocs themselves. The Howling Banshees have got their Power Sword upgrades, ready to rip and tear anyone that they can get into close combat with. I assume they've also gone for their jumping ability as well. Quite a nice unit composition. Triple Howling Banshees and triple Swooping Hawks. And if they're able to take out this Chaos Rhino, those Havocs are in quite dangerous waters. They won't be able to avoid the close combat for all that long. Double Hell Talons to attempt to wrestle air superiority from these Barracudas. Chaos Runner's been taken down, and here come the Howling Banshees with their jumping abilities. Able to keep on top of those Havoc Marines. 2 models in these Swooping Hawks left. Unable to shoot them down. as the angriest of ladies strike on forward, howling away, breaking morale. Triple Hell Talent and only one Barracuda in the air at the moment. We also got the Tower Fire Warriors providing some fire support. Trooping Hawks are also quite decent at taking out aircraft as well. The Hell Talent's not winning that engagement there at all. We do have one there who's just sneaking around the sides. Definitely need to take him out ASAP. And the Havocs haven't actually died all that much. Well, like I say in previous casts, that's the problem with melee squads. The biggest weakness is someone just casually walking away from them. Now using the Curse the Wicked, Curse of the Fury, or whatever that ability is called, where they blur red and they do more damage. Oh, killing that Barracuda too quickly there. Here come the Tyranid Warriors in the centre. There were Sniper drones there, but now they're no longer. Fire Warriors, oh sorry, not Fire Warriors, you're a broadside battlesuit. And some Pathfinders getting some shots in there. But that's not the strongest of firing lines from the tower perspective. Huge explosions from those Warriors. Also been brought low themselves. Yeah, they can keep these guys at bay, but don't think they want to sacrifice too many models in there, considering that they cost 80 blue to reinforce. Quite an expensive investment. But then again, the Tyranids do have plenty of money to play with. Fire Warriors going toe-to-toe with the Havoc Marines, but they're going to move a little bit closer in, so that all their models can play directly into the ranks of those Fire Warriors. Throw a grenade in there as well. And some Raptors deep striking in. Tie up any of the stragglers, but there were no stragglers to tie up. We obviously love the Howling Banshees, man. Never see them enough. They need to keep on top of those Havocs, prevent any kind of serious firepower coming in. That's actually quite a strong gun line for the left-hand side team. Don't normally see Tyranids go for a massive gun line with all their warriors. There we go. Done it. Committing to it, baby. Flanking maneuver from the Swooping Hawks. Although being tied up by the Raptors. Also these Tyranids. Oh, never mind, the Tyranids have gone more melee this time. They had guns and now they're not. Jumping straight in. The maneuverability of the Eldar, keeping them abreast of all things bad. And the Havocs now got to do that long march back home to avoid the Howling Banshees. You have a nicely placed bioplasma turret to blast up these Howling Banshees, but the Swooping Hawks decided to just go straight in, see if they can blow things up. Apparently do building damage, but they're not exactly killing it too quickly. One squad of Howling Banshees has been, not Howling Banshees, Swooping Hawks has been taken out. Now it's got the Hellfex counter effects. Plenty of firepower, 4 squishy guns. Do take out one bioplasma turret, but quite an expensive trade there. So far, the centre has been controlled by the Tau Empire. Also managed to keep control of this relic on this side. And they have got a decap on the relic on top. Barracuda is going to see if they can keep the Raptors from capturing the relic as well. Don't often see sniper drones being used. Can't imagine them being too useful in the later stages of the game, especially now that these Carnifexes are making their way out. That's something. Who's over here? Oh, you're a Hell Talent. Flying high on the sky. Not sure where he was going, just kind of stalling in midair. Taking that highway to the danger zone. And that Carnifex, he's been surrounded by Howling Banshees. Not sure if these ladies now do a lot more damage against vehicles with their power swords. We shall see. Because the Viper, good old-fashioned topper play with his shuriken cannon. But it doesn't seem to actually... Yep, he did practically nothing against those warriors there. So, back to the drawing board with that dude. Here comes the sentry turret from Catgirl. About to finish. We'll probably need some upgrades on there to keep it alive and thriving. Big blue fet from the Tower Commander. Lasting a whole smorgasbord of those Tyranid warriors before them being ripped apart by the Howling Banshees. Yeah, Tyranid seeming to throw little bits of bobs into the fight here and there. Really need to mask the swarm, I reckon. Much like the Eldar and the Tau have. Lots of things going on the northern side. Viper has gone for missile launch this time. It's being kicked and slapped in the face by the possessed Marines. Neither of them really killing each other all that quickly. Slow grinding battle between the two. Southernmost Spore Chimney has been shot at by a couple of stealth suits fusion blasters. But my goodness, he's just point blank refusing to die. He's alive, gosh darn it. No one's taking him out anytime soon. Guys, battleships attempting to see what they can see. Maybe take down a few reclamation pools, but too many chaos, too many Tyranids knocking around the area. These guys, what is it? Are you 35? I can't. Damn these. Hold on, can I minimise this? How much do you cost? Oh, bloody hell, I can't see. Damn it, fine. Ultimate Apocalypse UI. I don't want to know how much those guys cost anyway. Little spike. Hold on, maybe there's a more appropriate UI to have a look. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 35 blue and 100 green.
They will surely destroy us
So
all.
quite expensive from the power generator perspective, but I suppose you can afford to lose a couple of them. How much money do you have? Actually, probably not. Don't have that much green going on. I was tempted to push in. But too much firepower. Plenty of snipers. Also got that broadside battlesuit for blowing up vehicles. Havoc's trying to get into position. Tyranid warriors with their death spitters and a singular venom cannon in there. Howling Banshees taking their prisoners. Frag grenade being thrown on top of them by the Havocs there. Gives them ample opportunity to fire away. But gone for no anti-vehicle stuff. At the moment, just pure unbridled boomy bits and heavy bolters. A Screamer Killer screaming away into that night. Howling Banshees have been taken care of. The Viper's going to sneak on forward. They both have... Oh, one's got Shuriken Cannon and one has got... Oh, you both got Shuriken Cannons. Don't seem to be bringing out that level of damage that they normally do. Comes some bloofers from the Tower Commander. Absolutely avoided by a blast furnace there. And the possessed Marines, there's not many in their ranks. You normally see them just run roughshod over anything and everything in their path, but only a couple of models in there allows them to be taken down pretty quickly. But then again, we've got more on the northern side, scuttling down. The very weird walk animation. It looks like they shit themselves, to be honest. But I suppose in the foul Chaos War, scrapping your kegs is probably the least of your worries when you've got noodles for hands and I don't even know what you would call this kind of animal for a head. Some limp foreskin by the looks of things. Because the Mako Titan, the Makapaka of the Tau Empire, striding on. Oh, you're a fake one. Never mind me. Tell me there's a real one somewhere. No, never mind. You're just a fake Titan. I think because you're glowing green, and there's an ethereal. It's not boding well for my IQ if I'm being fooled by the actual fake units. Hey, oh, never claimed to be a smart man. Never claimed to be a smart man indeed. What spoilers? They're dead. The Dire Avengers are soon to follow it, so don't get out of there. Nope, you're dead as well. That's okay. The Soul Stones can be added to the Infinity Gate, I'm sure. One Predator being snagged out by that Autarch with his fusion gun. Well, that's a lot of firepower being sent directly to one character. And even though the Autarch isn't the most fragile of Eldar beings, still Eldar. He will die pretty quickly. Fire Warriors taking care of a counter effect. Also got the XV8 Christ battlesuits, making sure that the northern side is being pressured down. With all the fights going on in the centre, that does give both teams ample opportunity for some light skirmishing on the northern and southern beaches. What have we got going on down here? Oh yeah, we've got some Raptors. I mean, they're not decapping it, they're just kind of looking at it, appreciating the flag, I imagine. Eldar really struggling here. Unable to mess around with those possessed. There we go. There's the Shuriken Cannon. The triple Shuriken Cannons. That should, in theory, all that firepower, now start doing some damage. He says, no, they're just weathering the storm, aren't they? Morale's been broken there, but not a bad bit of resistance. Webway assembly being brought down piece by bloody piece. Some warp spiders attempt to keep these guys back from them. Press battle suits aside. Right, okay, well, you can attack the Eldar base. I mean, not even the Eldar base, just the outside Webway assembly. Oh, they're attempting to reposition it. Can they save it in the nick of time? Where are you repositioning it to? Somewhere, I don't know. Did you get out there in the nick of time? It does seem like it. Nice one. Where's going to be repositioned? Who knows? He gets out of there. Must be very frustrating for the possessed Marines. We sacrificed so much. Ah, there we go. It's down over here. That's good. First battle suits actually focusing on the listening post rather than the plasma generator. Which I suppose not. I mean, I suppose as long as you're hitting the economy in some shape or fashion. How much economy does the Chaos Space Marines have saved up? Ah, not much blue money. So definitely one way to bottleneck the Chaos Space Marines stuff. Predator explodes. Possessed Marines having to fall back. And I think focusing so much on that Webway assembly might have been the one to, well, might have caused some issues. Eldar now repositioning down over here. And with these choke points on the either side of the Eldar base, make it a lot easier to defend stuff. Grab yourself spotted there. They will start beating the plasma generators as best they can. The Barracuda on high. It's not doing them any favours. Price battleship's been taken care of. And some personal teleporters, so we are seeing some... Oh, we've got some Chaos Terminators. And I assume some Obliterators in here as well. We do have the broadside Shasphere Elites firing away at the Tyranid base. Biovors seeing if they can blast apart all this town nonsense. The Shasphere Elites, though, should be able to resist all that incoming damage from them. Maybe not so sure about the Tower Fire Warriors. There's something. Got the Seer Council now inside of Blast Furnace's base. Unsupported and unlearned. I don't think they've been winning any engagements, but they do take a while to take on. Quite a fast reinforcement rate for the amount of health and armour that they have. They've all got commander armour. There's not much in the Chaos or Tyranid ranks that does commander armour specific damage. That's what makes them the big boys. 4 miles left. Chaos Terminators, nothing to turn your nose up at. Now got a Chaos Thunderhawk on the way. Potentially able to transport all this nonsense around. I suppose that's the one thing that the Tyranids and the Chaos Space Marines are lacking at the moment, and that is their manoeuvrability. The Tau and Eldar are able to get a lot of their forces over onto the left-hand side, completely ignoring the Tyranids. And really, the Tyranids with only one HQ aren't going to bring in that much money onto the battlefield of their limited amount of reclamation pools. So for these guys hemmed in, you can kind of just ignore them and see if you can make sure that the Chaos Space Marines don't expand too much. Here comes the Chaos Thunderhawk, ready to load up a whole bunch of Terminators. And if I was a betting man, that Chaos Thunderhawk is going to completely ignore all this stuff and go straight over here where all this economy is ready to be attacked. But there's plenty of sentry turrets over here to keep things safe, so maybe that's not the way, maybe that's not the play. Where's a lot of firepower coming from? Ah, the Viper down here. Look at the Spore Chimney, he just... It's the eternal Spore Chimney. If it's going to dampen his spirits. We don't have one lonely Autarch over here. Teleporting into the Tyranid base. Giving these guys a little bit more vision. The Pathfinder's doing exactly the same. And the Hive Spire being blasted by things that are basically built for destroying buildings. Here comes the Chaos Space Marines being dropped in by the Chaos Thunderhawk. Terminator's been walked down slowly. Screamer Killer Carnifex in there. Battlesuit's been brought down. No questions asked. And the Mako Titan attempting to shoot down that Chaos Thunderhawk as it flies away. Or deep striking, or whatever that maneuver was, kind of teleported around. And I like that. You know, they were over here, but teleported over here. They don't want to walk. You know, respect their life choices, man. Here comes the Eldar Wraithguard Ball, which is the Eldar version of the Tyranid Zone Threat Ball. Quite a dangerous amalgamation of firepower if they're able to get it off. Also, plenty of Soul Walkers, all armed with repeater Reaper launchers, to massacre their way through lines of infantry and heavy infantry. Tyranids and Chaos Space Marines wiped out to a man down there. Also got the Tau inside Tyranid base, breaking down the reclamation pools as quickly as they can. Doesn't seem like other factions where the destroy a plasma generator does damage to all buildings nearby. These reclamation pools just kind of fizzle out of existence. Riftguard now making their slow way over towards Blast Furnace.
Yes, master.
And the northern side fairly in the hands of the Eldar. I think it's going on down here. Yep, Catgirl still got going on. It's map positioning, or map advantage. Now transitioning from the left team to the right team. And Tyranids, man, what have you got? Have you got money to spend? You don't have money to spend. I suppose that's because you've been locked in this side of the map for so long. Not able to get that Tyranid creep spread like we've seen in the past. I suppose that's the one negative about the Tyranids being on the front lines. If these guys were positioned over here, they would have expanded all the way across here by now. And they would have had stupid money. So I suppose playing at a bit of a disadvantage from the get-go. Now got just all manner of craziness. Blast Furnace's base. It's got a few Havocs. Oh, sorry, you're just regular Chaos Space Marines. Never mind me. Doing what he can. And Blast Furnace is GG. That's all he could do. Now it's just the Tyranids being slowly expunged from all existence. So yeah, so I absolutely loved the opening from the left-hand side team. You had the Tyranids coming over with their Raveners causing some issues. Those Raptors early on in the game was absolutely amazing. To get the Eldar on their toes. Also using their jump ability to make sure that they stay out of trouble for too long. And yeah, they were quite aggressive, able to get that early game map control. Not really doing much with it. Like I say, I think that the Tyranids, if they're able to expand a bit more, would have done all right. They had that second Hive Spire for quite some time. Could have got a lot more reclamation pools on the go. And even if, because when you think about it, Blast Furnace had like loads of like quite high tier units going on. He had the Havocs. Well, I mean, Havocs aren't exactly high tier, but you know, had the Havocs, had the what do we call them? Just the Possessed Marines. Like if Lord Inquisitor took the whole smorgasbord of Little Uns just to tie up the firing lines of the Tau and the Eldar, or at least just like lots of Little Uns to you know, basically be chaff for the Howling Banshees that Topper got earlier on. That would have been good. That would have given the Blast Furnace plenty of room to make work for his units, and then maybe be able to roll over. And I think also maybe one thing that they struggled with, or maybe was a less than ideal situation for them, was almost getting that webway gate down, but teleporting away with Eldar shenanigans. And if they just kind of ignore that webway gate and instead came down here and blasted up the production buildings and maybe gone for more of the economy as well, that might have tipped the scales in their favour, preventing the Eldar from bouncing back in the way that they did. But hey-oh, swings and roundabouts, all the same things happen and all that usual stuff. So thank you so much, Catgirl, for sending that game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patrons. £1 a month gets you one game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Linked in the description as always. As been Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.